In Fibery, you can capture feedback from different places and then find interesting facts or highlights within this feedback and connect these facts to your product hierarchy. What can you achieve by doing that? Well, you can answer interesting questions like, what should we build next? You can use it for data-driven prioritization. In Fibery, you can collect feedback from many places, like from user interviews, from the web, from intercom chats, from Slack, and elsewhere. Once you connect these sources, you can analyze them and find interesting facts and thereby create highlights. Highlights are not isolated pieces of information. They should be connected to your product hierarchy. For example, in our case, we have products with components and features. And in most cases, we will link the feedback via highlights to the components or features. Let's look at how you can set this up in Fibery. Navigate to Settings and to Highlights. Here you can see the highlight configuration. It has fields like severity, score, and so on. And it also has sources. These are all the places where your feedback lives. By default, you have the interview database and the web database as your sources, but you can also link other databases or connect Intercom or Slack as sources. You'll analyze sources, create highlights, and link these highlights to something in your product hierarchy, to your components or to a feature. Let's go through the flow. We have a feedback inbox. All incoming feedback is accumulated here. At the moment, we just have interviews and web snippets. Let's say someone captured this piece of feedback from G2. How do we process it? To process the feedback, just browse through the text and look for something interesting. Select it and press the Create Highlight button. You'll be presented with items from the product hierarchy, components and features. I know this feedback is related to getting started, so let's just select the feature related to getting started. A new highlight is created and we can set the severity level. For example, I think this feedback is quite important, so we'll set the severity level as high. Now let's navigate to the feature. When you scroll down, you'll see that a new highlight has been created and is visible here. So from a feature perspective, you'll see all linked text, all interesting observations about this specific feature. You can also visualize all the highlights that have been created. For example, we can create a whiteboard view and show all the highlights here. Let's choose the highlight space and select Highlight as cards. We can filter which highlights to show. Let's say we only want to see highlights with a high severity level. And these highlights are presented. We can customize which fields to show and show a snippet of the highlighted text. We can arrange the cards nicely. We can distribute them however we like. Maybe you also want to show the target for each highlight. Here we can see that this highlight is about reporting, this highlight is about resource management, and so on. So you can organise the feedback information on the board and then share this visualisation with other members of your team.